The Chicago Bulls make a massive decision. We're going to be talking about how the Chicago Bulls did not extend Josh Giddy on his rookie contract deal and what this means for the Chicago Bulls. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe, and you have found yourself on another episode of Bulls Digest. Okay, and so news has broken out there about Josh Giddy, and the Chicago Bulls did not go ahead and extend a contract offer as far as an extension on his rookie deal. And so what does this mean? All right, over the last couple days, it was reported by an NBA insider that Josh Giddy may be looking at about $30 million per year. And it had said that in this particular report that Josh Giddy and some other players had pretty much looked at what Immanuel Quickley had gotten from Toronto with the 5 years for $175 million. And so my initial thoughts in this is that I think that the Chicago Bulls are doing the correct thing. I think that the first thing that you want to see from Josh Giddy is, can he recover from last season? Because clearly last season was a down year. I do understand there was a lot going on off the court, and I just think on the court that was just not the best showing for Josh Giddy, and that probably had something to do with what was going on off the court. And then also too, on the court, OKC got better around him. Like those players, the offense and everything, it kind of forced him to be a little bit more of a knockdown shooter. And that's something that really hasn't been the strength of his game. And then, yes, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and some other players started to, dominate the ball a little bit more. That's why you see him being benched and things like that. And so now, the one thing that Josh Giddy did going into this particular season is he bet on himself, because he could have stayed in OKC and went ahead and found out if they were going to in fact extend him. But with him wanting to go ahead and still be a starter, that pretty much went ahead and indicated to OKC, all right, like we're gonna probably have to go ahead and trade him. That's where the trade comes about, and now he's here. Now he had a terrific summer in the Olympics. That's great. Now coming out of that, he got hurt. All right, so he ruptured, his tendon in his ankle or whatever, and it looks like he's recovered from that. Obviously, he's practicing. You see him in the preseason games and things like that, and so it's been a little bit of an up and down. But now I think that this is just more about a prove it year, because when you're talking about wanting $30 million, that's going to be at 5 years, you're looking at $150 million. To kind of give you in perspective what that looks like, Jalen Suggs, who played for Gonzaga, that just signed a deal like that with the Orlando Magic, he was tied for 12th last year in steals. He's absolutely a guy that plays some great defense here. He's had multiple games where, he's had multiple steals in a game. I believe he had like career high numbers of 6 in a game. And on top of that, from a scoring standpoint, offensively, he was going out there putting up about 11 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds a game, and he gives you a lot of like an Alex Caruso type of vibe with the way that he plays. And on top of that, he was on the NBA's all defensive second team as well. So this is a player that has gone out there and established himself, but more importantly, he has done it with the team that he's currently with. So they have got a chance to see it firsthand what he can do. And Immanuel Quickley, again, he showed what he could do in his time when he got traded over to Toronto last year. You saw a player that he put up 17 points a game and about 4.8 assists a game and 3 rebounds a game, 3.8 rebounds a game. So again, this is a player that they got a chance to take a look at. They evaluated him and said, look, he definitely fits our young core and what we're trying to build here. The Chicago Bulls, they have not got a chance to really look at what Josh Giddy can do with this team. Nobody knows that. We don't know if he's going to have another year like he had in OKC. We don't know, can he get back to year 2 when he was averaging about 16 points a game, and about 7 rebounds a game and 6 assists a game. Can he get back to that and then still help the team win? That's going to be the bigger question here. So I think that this is the absolute smart move for the Chicago Chicago Bulls to do. They should not have extended him today. And you do want to see what he can do. This is a prove-it year for him because, you know, he's going to get all the opportunity to be the lead guard. And it looks like that Coby White is going to be able to play off of Josh Giddy. And it certainly looks like Zach LaVine is going to be able to play off him. I think both of those players have looked great in the preseason, and Josh Giddy hasn't really played his best basketball just yet. You know, my question for him, and I think my question that if I'm in the Chicago Bulls front office would be, you know, can he be a player that is going to be consistent in knocking down the three-point shot? Because this offense is going to be geared towards knocking down three-point shots. And I talked about the fact that in the last preseason game, they shot 56 three-pointers, okay? And you're saying, well, Josh Giddy is going to play with the ball. Perfectly fine, but there's going to be times where the ball is not going to be in his hand. It's going to be in Coby White's hand. It's going to be in Zach LaVine's hand. It's going to be in somebody else's hand. And if Lonzo or whoever else is playing with him, and then they draw two defenders, and then he's the rotational player out there and he has open three-point shots, Josh Giddy has got to make those teams pay. You have to make them stretch and play you. You cannot allow teams to go ahead and pack it in the paint. And also, too, he's going to have to be a bit more of a reliable finisher around the rim. I think that's something that he struggled with just this preseason. That could be just the rust that he's kind of getting back into it and stuff like that, hopefully. But I think he's got to get those two things down on the offensive end. And then defensively, he has got to compete. And on the defensive end, it's simply about wanting to, competing. You know, Marcus Smart, a player that I love to watch on the defensive end, the one thing that he has said is that defense is all about effort. It's all about effort. And that's something that Josh Giddy is going to have to do. He talked about that in media day. And so if you want $30 million plus, then you're going to have to come out here and you're going to have to earn it. And so I love what Chicago did by not going ahead and extending him. And I also respect Josh Giddy for saying, look, I am a starting guard in the NBA. I'm not a player that's going to come off the bench. I love that. I am wanting to see Josh Giddy succeed, but this is what it's going to take in order for him to get a big payday out there on his next deal. And so, you know, with that being said, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that, yes, it is going to be about Josh Giddy going out here, proving himself this year, showing that he can not only just put up stats, but he can actually help this team win, just like Lonzo Ball. If he's supposed to be his replacement, right? Remember going back to those 35 games where Lonzo Ball was playing, it wasn't about Lonzo Ball and his stats. It was about how the team flowed, how we were winning games. And I think that AK, Billy Donovan, they want to get back to that pace. Can Josh Giddy do that and earn this contract? Or do you feel like, no, you know, you do not think that Josh Giddy is going to earn a big payday with the Chicago Bulls this upcoming season? I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Before we jump out of here, I just want to thank everybody out there for liking, subscribing, and sharing. It means a lot to us here at Bulls Digest as we try to reach 5,000 subscribers before the NBA season starts. And look, I just want to tell you guys to make sure that you continue to slam dunk on that subscribe button for us. It means a lot. And so even though we are talking about something that the Chicago Bulls definitely are doing right for a change by not extending Josh Giddy just yet, I'm still saying go Bulls, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.